Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sharon and I'm an artist from BC, Canada. Today I'll be doing an art print review, art print review of some of my older art prints. So let's get started. Now I've chosen a smaller size of 5x7 of some of my art prints, but they are available in 8x10 and 11x12. This piece is one of, I think, 4 Alice prints that I've done so far. This one is based on the idea how in the original story Alice is chasing after a rabbit holding a pocket watch, but in this particular artwork I've given her the pocket watch, which symbolizes the idea that she's in control of her own time and not following anyone else's schedule and just experiencing adventure at her own pace. This is the second Alice. It's about how when life gives you lemon, you make your own lemon tea and you don't have to wait for everybody to enjoy life and party and have your own tea party. This is the third Alice. The third Alice is my first Alice. It's based on the idea that she's drinking moonshine as the moon drips a ray of light down to her tiny teacup. Of course, originally I planned on doing this as a more whimsical idea for kids, but I soon learned that moonshine is not really appropriate for kids, so now it has a double meaning that for those parents out there, sometimes a little liquor can go a long way, especially late at night when the kids are asleep and you need to wind down. And then last but not least, the last Alice I have is this one. So this one is about painting roses, how it's a reminder that if you do one good deed a day over time, you can create a more beautiful world, just as Alice is painting one rose at a time. So those are my 4 Alices that I have. There's also a couple of Totoro pieces, but I'll get to it. This one is baby elephant playing with butterflies. It's a combination of 4 or 5 different colors, and I try not to use black. The challenge was to kind of push these colors together while you can still see the individual colors, but you can still see how they blend together. So I hope that makes sense. This one is Totoro. Friends are like stars, even though you might not see them, they're always there. That's why only May can see Totoro and the stars and not her sister. And you can see it on the Cat Bus Destination too. Good friends are like stars. GFALS. So that's that. There's also Totoro sleeping on the moon. This one has been a nice nursery piece. I also have this piece that's a gold foil. So this one says, "Go through what you go through." And then there's this piece. "When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars." A lot of my pieces I hope to genuinely bring the message of hope. This one is of Howl Moving Castle. I love to use this gray tone paper to convey the tranquility, stillness, despite all the chaos that was happening. They had time to do tea and also do the laundry. Keep calm and Ghibli on. More a piece for myself. Sometimes the world can get so chaotic and you just need to take a break and watch some Ghibli movie or some music. This piece was a very elaborate piece. So you can see it says, "Keep moving forward." The idea is that despite all the sadness in the past, keep moving forward. There are still lots waiting for you in the future, and that's why you can see no face in the past, and she's moving forward. And on the flag I wrote the word "to live." So to live life moving forward. This piece I painted in 2019. It has a little bit of shimmer on it. This one is "Changing the World." I wouldn't change you for the world, but I would change the world for you. The message for my children. This piece I did this year, I printed it this year, but I've been working on it for a while. But it's a sushi combination of a lot of small pieces that I've done over several months using Studio Ghibli characters as Japanese culinary inspiration. Just like how I like my puns and food, there's So Romantic or Totoro. And sometimes you just have to roll with it. Kids, if you're watching this, you now realize that mom has a very interesting sense of humor that's very punny. This one I did in the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 as a fundraiser for the food bank. I just felt like I was really lucky to have access to food, and while everyone's hoarding the supermarket, not everyone, but like it was getting a bit scary, and I want to see what I can do to contribute, so I decided to donate to the food bank with my artwork. So this one is called Quarantine, but Still Giving. This piece, I wrote Shoulders of Giants. This painting is inspired by the many giants in our lives that help us grow to the person we are today. Thank you for lending us your shoulder. After all, we would not be here where we are without you today. May we also be giants in the future for someone else and pay it forward. This one is a very special piece for me as well. And I decided to put sunflowers as a reminder for the hopeful theme. This piece, I think I only have one left, but this Princess Mononoke, I did this with wash, and it's very interesting. I just splashed wash on the paper and it just naturally blended into this shape, and I just saw what it was there and I started painting it. This one is Totoro and also No Face having tea under Totoro's tree. I know it's not a sakura tree, but I just thought it looked so nice that way. And I love the idea that the two of them live in the same universe and they are just coming to meet together. This one is based on Spirited Away with all the characters there. The train scene is one of my favorite scenes from Spirited Away. In the sky, the number of birds represent the number of movies that Studio Ghibli produced before Spirited Away, which I find is kind of like a landmark movie. I really loved it. Now this art print was the highlight of my craft fair show in 2020. Or was it 2019? 2019, before the pandemic. I really love Totoro and I love traditional art, like this fabric print art. I decided to combine the two together to make this piece, and it holds a special place in my heart. This one, it's actually done with acrylic and soap, where I blew bubbles onto the paper and then watched it pop, so you can see there's a little burst of bubbles, and then I drew Ponyo onto it. And then I made this shimmering print on shimmer paper, as I thought it would be perfect for the shimmering water. I first did this particular type of art as an idea for the kids at the community center. I was teaching art there for one of their events, and I decided to do some versions of it myself. Here you can see there's Kiki making a delivery service to Ponyo's old house. It's based on the fan theory that Ponyo and the little boy grow up to be the bakery owners that Kiki stayed in. And the last but not least, this print is Just Keep Swimming. Another acrylic bubble piece that I did, where I blew bubble soap and acrylic on a piece of paper, and then I just drew on top of the paper with oil pencils, and this one's done on shimmer paper. So that's it for my art print review of some of my older works. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you like these types of videos, please consider like, subscribe, and sharing with other artists. And I would love to hear in your comments below which one was your favorite art print that I've shown so far. Was this video too long? I would love to hear your feedback on it. Did I do too much talking? But other than that, that's basically it. I hope to see you in my next video.